Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. Want to learn how to get back your ex? Check the link in the description box to learn how. Emotional turn to physical. I 28F have been with my husband 28 meters for 6 years, married 2.5. We have a 17-month-old son, and in December we found out we were pregnant with baby number 2. 2 years ago my sister passed away while I'm pregnant with our first son. He was never truly there for me for her passing, then was not there for me for postpartum depression. He was physically there but never mentally, in my opinion. So I eventually pushed him away and built up my own walls. When we talked, it was about our baby. Fast forward a year, or just this past November, my brother-in-law passed away, who I have known since I was 12. Again, not really there for me. Distant himself. Move on to January, where he was telling me about a girl at his work who is We talk about how nasty that is, but no one can help her until she is ready to leave him. Come to find out, the day he was talking to me about her, he started actively flirting with her when they worked. Few weeks later he was given the opportunity to kiss her. He says no, it's wrong, but came home to justify it. So the next night at work, he kissed her. 2 days later she gave him her number. He didn't text her right away. Instead, the next day he started a fight with me, telling me he doesn't love me, doesn't think either of us will ever be happy again, and how we should be done. I convinced him that we can be happy, let's do counseling and work on it because we have a baby and another on the way. He agrees, but the next day he was texting and calling her. This all started on Valentine's Day. He started going into work later so he can see her come in. Stayed later after his night shifts to make out in the car with her. Her boyfriend found out about the two and he Dorothy, so she had my husband call 911. She called my husband sounding all out of it so he would leave work to be with her. Mind you, he hasn't left work for me in years. Nothing happened when he went there, but God, the what if feeling sucks. That same night he was telling me I should go visit my family because he had night shifts. Now I wonder what would he have done if I left. Anyways, he would walk the dog, work in the basement just to call and text her. I had no idea. Well, just 2 weeks ago he started another fight with me, saying he does not love me, doesn't want to be together. I left the room to process. He came in after he fed our son, where I asked him about another girl. He said yes. I asked, did you sleep with her? He said no. I said, do you love her? He said yes, and then I asked, more than me, and he said yes. I said, so you're leaving your family for her? And he said yes. After that I broke down. I begged him to stay, cried to him and all of the above. By the end of the night he did stay. And the next morning he cried and apologized to me and said things will be different. He wanted the oldest back and just wanted the attention. He has made so many changes, he is communicating more, he can see when something is wrong with me and asks me what is the matter and what he can do. We are going to counseling, and are doing the things she suggested. Him more than me. Every night we are doing something together. I actually am happy in those moments. I see the change, but there is a huge part of me that doesn't believe this will never happen again. Then I play the what if game all the time, like what if he did leave that night, would he realized he wanted his family? I'm so conflicted. I love this man to pieces, but I'm so hurt by his actions. I'm so hurt that he broke me and our family. I can't just forgive and forget. Every day I get flashbacks of that night. I think of all the things I could have changed in the month he was cheating. Am I wrong for trying to make this work? When will these feelings go away? Here are some of the best comments from our community. This dude was willing to leave you for her at least twice that he mentioned to you when he said that y'all should end it. I'm sorry, but the chances of success here are virtually non-existent. You have all to lose and he has all to gain. You will forever resent him and wonder what if. And he will resent you secretly, although he knows he was in the wrong. This is a relationship that was forced to continue when one party wanted desperately to end it and cheated on you multiple times. The full details you may never know. I'm all for fighting to stay together, but so far you have been the only one fighting here. Either there's a whole lot to this story missing, or you are the one going out of your way to stay together and he's doing the bare minimum. Which will fail once you get exhausted putting in most of the effort. Tell him you need to tell your family so you have a backup plan, so if he decides to throw you away for literally nothing again, you can get through the birth with support. Tell him, unlike him, you'd fight for him forever, but because you have children, you need to protect them first. Get a post-nuptial sign so he can't screw you next time he loves someone more than you. Figure out an exit strategy. Ask him how you can trust he won't love someone more again? Tell him it's breaking your heart to plan for a baby and an emergency exit backup plan. Go in eyes wide open. He can't be trusted and has the loyalty of a 5th grade girl who has puppy love for every boy that says hello. As long as you have the plan in place and money ready, you'll have the confidence to leave next time and find a more grown-up man who wants to act like a husband and father. I'm sorry to break this down for you, but he's continuously telling you that he's unhappy and wants to leave the relationship. I'm so sorry, but try to come up with a plan and try going to counseling for yourself to help move on. You deserve better. Another cheating story. Wife cheated, how do we fix this? Hi everyone, I hope I'm at the right place and someone can help me go through it. So, me, M27, and my wife, F24, are in a relationship for the last 3 years. We've only been married 1 year. It's a beautiful relationship filled with love and trust and pushing each other to be the best we can. About 5 months ago it all started. She is working in an office with another guy on a small project. They became close, maybe a little too close, but she always reassured me that everything is all right and nothing is going on. We started fighting a lot more. She became impatient with me and just blamed it on pressure from work. She started going out with some friends from work and I was happy for her that she finally made friends and is going out with them and having fun. But one time she went out with them and she just wouldn't return my calls or answer my messages. I got worried, so I came to where I dropped her off and started looking around. I was paranoid, and since it was only guy friends it really didn't help. I called her non-stop for like 3 hours and finally she answered. I asked her what's going on and she said she is going to sleep over since she is too tired to catch a bus and didn't want me to come take her. I told her I'm where I dropped her off and she just refused to come down to me. It took a solid 16 minutes of me telling her to get herself in the car and come sleep at home and not at somebody else's house. On the way home I explained to her why I was so worried and she just cried and cursed me for ruining her great night. I told her I don't trust these guys and she just reassured me that it's all okay and nothing is going to happen. I apologized for ruining her night and promised her I'll trust her and won't bother her next time. Fast forward 2 weeks, she tells me she is going to see them again and will come home at 1 or 2 a.m. I said okay and have fun. And I was just blind to what's going on since she told me so many times to trust her and I really did. But before she went out she shaved herself, shaved her legs, put on some sexy underwear and refused to have sex with me, which was really weird, but she just said she just took a shower and don't want to get dirty. So she went out, and time passed. I decided not to bother her and just let her have fun like a good husband. I went to sleep at 3:40 a.m. with the imagination that when I wake up she will be by my side and all will be alright. So I woke up at about 10 a.m. and she wasn't there. I sent her a message asking where is she and she just said she'll be home soon. I told her that it's not cool she didn't come home last night and she just texted me that she is sorry and we'll talk at home. She came home at about 4 p.m. and I went downstairs with our dogs to greet her. She went out of the car and hugged me really tightly and started crying a little bit. I told her let's get up to the house and talk. So we went in the house and she just tells me, you know what I did right? And I honestly had no idea. And then she started crying and it all dropped so hard on me. I asked her if she had sex with him, the other guy in the project, and she said yes. I felt like my world is falling apart. I had no idea what to do. I felt like I lost the belief in love and couldn't think I could just trust anyone ever again. I trusted her. With all my heart and soul. Trusted every word she ever said, and she stabbed me so hard in the back. She cried and asked for forgiveness and said it was a huge mistake and she was drunk and stupid and so on and so on. I really do still love her, really. The love we have is just too one of a kind to give up upon. I want to fix it, I want to forgive and forget. I don't know if I can, but I'm sure as hell gonna try. She tried to explain herself and why she did it, and I honestly listened and tried to understand. If you guys want, I'll try to explain it to you, but I honestly just need some support. Someone to talk to. A shoulder to cry on. I feel like I'm falling apart. Edit. Look, I know it looks and sounds bad, but no matter what, I want to fix this. I want to have my life with her. I just need to figure out how to. How do I forgive and forget? Here are some of the best comments from our community. Time to lawyer up and lay it on the line for her. Either the big D or she grows and realizes who she is married to. Best sort your life out now rather than waste another 5, 10, 15 years down the road and wished you had done it now. She might get her head out of her arse. Welcome to a life of paranoia if you stay together. Her actions was planned and not a ons. She prepared for sex. Then did nothing to hide it. Came back nearly a day later. How many times did he fuck her in that time? You know, these are the truths you are thinking. So every time she goes out and yo work, your stomach will turn, your heart will pound and your head will spin. She's cheating less than a year married. What excuse did she give you? Start the D process. Then see her reaction. Tell everyone why you might contact her HR and blow them up. Don't leave her, as she will go straight to app for more sex. She failed her married driving test. She crashed leaving the test center. Not even on the married road. Oh boy, you must be crushed. She did it twice at least. The second time was certainly not a drunken mistake given she shaved, put on the lingerie and said no to you. That was 100% deliberate and planned. So the first thing you need to do is forget what she said about it being anything other than premeditated, and then you need to think about whether or not it is worth continuing with given that fact. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.